Today you're thinking about reinvention and how that's a power that we all have, the ability to reinvent ourselves. How you start organizing your strength in mind, in body, in spirit into compelling power. Welcome to Future Sexy Self. Can you speak truth to your struggle and your situation? Yep. Your problem was that you were missing deadlines. You were getting stuck in your own head and you were not finishing the things that you said you were going to do. In essence, you were not being a man of your word. People were not calling you out on this per se because they're your friends and they want the best for you for sure. And that's very nice, but you also need to hear when you're being bad to yourself and you're not meeting up to your standards, to your own personal code of honor. You need people to point this out in you. But at the same time, when you talk to your friends, you let them know that everything's okay, that there's no problems, that you're doing your thing. So you're not being truth about yourself or what you're doing when you're letting everybody know that everything's okay without actually admitting your faults, your things that you're going through, that you're shortchanging yourself. So the onus is always on you to speak your truth, even if it makes you look bad. When you speak your truth, you can always course correct. So earlier this year, you were at a taco stand and you were waiting for your tacos and you meet this dude. He tells you that he's in this men's group where men just show up once a week and listen to each other, tell each other what's going on in their life, offer advice or just reflection. And it's kind of like Fight Club, but without the fights, where you speak your truth and you say what's going on, and it's a group of men who are not necessarily friends, but you get to educate yourself from other people's accumulated life experiences, and that's wisdom. You realize you're not alone in these situations, in these mindsets, that a lot of people, your peers, older people, younger people, they all go through a version of what you're going through. That's why it's healthy to speak your truth in front of strangers in a place where you feel comfortable, where you can say this from a place of self-assessment. Your issue that you bring to the table is that you have too much freedom, in the sense that you want to do what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, and everything else be damned, because you value your freedom above all else, except for God, because that's freedom. And then you get this feedback that too much freedom without rules is a recipe for chaos. You need your own self-governing laws. This is your code. So in order to govern yourself accordingly and effectively and to do the things that you say that you're gonna do and accomplish, you need three things to help set up your structure. Number one, results. What is it that you wish to achieve? Number two, your intentions. Why you're doing what it is that you're setting out to achieve. And number three, time management. What you like to call assing it down. You sit your ass down and you do your fucking work. And for the longest time, you realized that you were needing the camaraderie of masculine energy of people that you don't know. Why is it important? Because you need to be able, like this, to express yourself. You're speaking from a place of more authority, and you're also authoring your own life. And by doing this, you're reinventing your personal relationships. If you're looking to reinvent yourself, start looking for the new version of you that you wish to become. What are you curious about? What do you want to gain knowledge in? What talent do you have that you wish to enhance? One of the heroes that you're emulating yourself after, a real Renaissance man, aka the McConaughey man himself, Matthew McConaughey. The reason why is because he continually reinvents himself. Started out as an actor, he's an adventurer, he's an author, he's a poet.
Pressure on me to conform to the latest trends just to be accepted.
An entrepreneur, he just launched his own tequila company. He's a family man, an entertainer, and he's a master storyteller who always brings high vibes. His book, Green Lights, it's a mindset on how you really need to spend time with yourself in order to show up better to the world and to your family, to the work. He leads by example and he lives life to the fullest. And that's a good role model for you. So you worked with Matthew McConaughey on Interstellar. You were a fly on the wall. You were a production assistant. So you got to see how he operates, his MO. the determination, what he brings to the table every day, which is his greatest gift. It's his presence. You're a movie star. You're being paid to deliver, to show up. That's your presence, right? And essentially that's our job, is for us to show up and give our skill to whatever it is that we're assigned to do or we commit ourselves to do. To make a long story short about Matthew McConaughey, he's nothing short but committed, and he takes really good care of himself. And you like that. So the moral of the story of this whole video is this: creating structure actually gives you freedom. The freedom to focus and to do the things that you want to do, that you need to do during that allotted time of assing down and doing your work. Here's a hard question to ask yourself. How are you not being honest with yourself? So if there's something in your head, but it's not physicalizing, it's not real in your reality, then you need to do something about it. This is about how you start to organize your strength in mind, in body, and spirit into compelling power. There are certain aspects of our identity that are fluid. For example, you called yourself a yogi for the last couple of years, yet this month you haven't done yoga because your shoulder's hurting. And you haven't identified as a yogi this month, as cheesy as that may sound. But since parts of our identities are always in flux or fluid, that means that there's new energy coming in that we can use to reinvent aspects of our identity. Ultimately, what you do with your time is how you reinvent your life. If you want to improve yourself, stimulate your mind with positive thoughts, with good thoughts, and take that out into the world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, click comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Live a good life. Do what's good for your time. Bye.